Hello, and welcome back to another solo episode on Business First Creatives. Today, I want to talk about a question that I get asked quite often, and that is, Coley, does every offer need a fully built out client experience? I know I have dedicated quite a few solo episodes in recent months to talk about how you build an exceptional client experience. But the truth is, not every single one of your offers will need that. You've got your mini sessions, you've got your one-time audits, you've got strategy calls. These are all quick turn offers that feel lightweight compared to your full service offers like sessions or a fully redeveloped website. So, do they really need a client journey with onboarding emails, welcome guides, automation triggers, and post service follow ups? Chances are they really don't. But let's break it down. When I say simple offers, I'm talking about things like strategy sessions. I personally offer strategy sessions in a 60-minute container. You buy it off of a scheduler, you fill out a form, we show up at the call, you have your 60 minutes, and I deliver a action plan and a recording of the video. That's it. I've already talked about my client experience audit. I go on the back end of your CRM. I check things out. I give you a grade. I figure out how much of the features that your CRM offers are you currently using that make sense for your business. And then I walk through your entire client experience from beginning to end for your main offer. And so I do feel like I would say, I am expecting this to be a full signature offer. I would not need to do a full client experience on just your strategy call because that is an offer that just needs simple systems. Okay, mini sessions for the photographers out there. These are basically your offers that do not require any pre-consultation before someone books or any qualification. Like, I don't need to have a conversation with you to know if a mini session is good for you. It's a 10-minute session. You pay me the money. You show up at the location. You get your specific time slot, and that's it. So, not that it needs to be low price, but the ones that need the simpler systems are often lower priced, they are a lower commitment, and they are intentionally easy to deliver. Most of us have offer suites that have some simple offers as well as our full signature offers. But if you're not onboarding someone into a 6-month project, you just need to give them clarity, insight, and support in a much shorter time frame. So the way that you guide them through the experience should reflect that. Okay, so let's talk about when we go overboard. Sometimes we think that those short, simple offers need the full client experience. So maybe someone in the past told you, no, you need a welcome packet. You need a 5-email onboarding process. You need a very specific onboarding workflow, and you need to do customized gifts and onboarding and just all of the things that you just really don't need. And while all of those things are great for your signature offer, for a 60-minute strategy call, for a client experience audit, which doesn't require me to have a conversation with you, that is all overkill. And what happens when you overbuild the systems for your smaller offers? Your admin work increases, the clients actually get overwhelmed or confused, and you are making them do a lot of work when they were expecting your simpler offer to solve one specific problem in their business. You are probably spending more time managing the process than actually delivering the value at the end of the service. I do want to make sure I am very clear. Simple does not mean sloppy. You do need to make sure that things flow in all of the ways that I have previously talked about a client experience. You do need a simple and straightforward way to book and pay in one step, even if you're not requiring a contract. You do need an intake form if the service requires you to collect information from the client before you step in and start the offer. A quick confirmation email to confirm that you got their payment, confirm that they have the service booked, and then to give them whatever the next step is. Does that sound familiar? I talk about it all the time, and it's part of my framework for the 3 Ps on what every client experience email needs. Then you need a calendar invite if you are doing anything live. This is very important. Not only do you need the confirmation, I always recommend that you send 2, at least 3 reminders. And if these are Zoom calls, that last reminder needs to be 10 minutes before the call, and it should include a direct link to the Zoom or whatever video conferencing you are using, because there is no fun in digging through your emails or looking on your calendar trying to find that Zoom link so that you can join the call. Okay, so it might be that at the end of the service, you could do one of 2 things. First of all, you probably need a summary. I actually can't think of any simple offers that don't need a summary besides like a mini session. For mini sessions, you're delivering images. That is the final deliverable. But for a shorter, like strategic offer for business to business, you should give them a summary. Like, here's what I did, here's your deliverable. Now, in both of these cases, there is the opportunity to offer them what comes next in your offer suite. So if you're business to business and you've done a strategy call, maybe you do want to tell them about your client experience audit or the fact that you offer a 1-page rewrite for their sales page if you are a copywriter. I mean, whatever you think is the next step to work with you, you should always include it in that email. For a mini session client, it could be, hey, we did a mini session this time. If you would be interested in learning more about my full signature sessions, please let me know. Or it could be as simple as, just so that you know, the next mini sessions that I'm going to offer are in May or whatever time frame you have. Okay, so how do you know if the systems need to be simple? Here's what you should ask yourself. What's the ROI of this experience for the client and for me? If it is a very short offer with a clear outcome and you don't have a lot of touch points with the client, yes, it should be branded. Yes, it should be streamlined. But should it be overproduced with a lot of email communication back and forth when it's not necessary? Absolutely not. Okay. So if you have ever felt pressured to create systems that were overcomplicated for one of your simple offers, this is me giving you permission to not. Some of your best offers might be the simplest. I know some people that absolutely kill it on the simple offers simply because of volume. You want that process to be as streamlined as possible because the more time you spend in admin on those smaller, short offers, the less profit you're actually making. Okay, so I talked about my short offers, and if either a client experience audit or a strategy call sounds good to you, those are both linked in the show notes. If you would like to learn more about how to set up these simple offers, particularly with a live component, I do have a toolkit that's called Get Paid with Schedulers on my website, and it's also linked in the show notes. All right, that's it for today's episode. I hope that this helps you think about your offers and the kind of client experience that each requires in a different way. See you next time.